Yeah, I like that.
That's them.
I noticed that Chris on your guys' podcast with just you two, you were about to compliment me, and then Chris cuts you off, and then you never make your way back to the compliment. Did you want to compliment me to my face now that I'm here or something?
No, I did.
You go, people ask me why me and Zion are a podcast together. Zion is a conversationalist. I'm going to glaze Zion real quick. And then right when you say that, Chris goes, can we say converser instead of conversator or something? And then you never make your way back to complimenting me. Because fuck ass Chris. No, but you weren't done. You were about to go in on me, and I was see my OCD. I literally was watching that like, are you fucking kidding me, Chris? My uncle was about to give me the best compliment of the year, and you just make it about some weird freaking. I don't even know what he was saying. Me and Liz both got upset. He kept doing that. You're the cutter offer. He kept cutting you off.
I was cutter offer of the cutter offing.
Yes. It was kind of nice seeing you finally like get cut off, but I was like, wow, Chris won't let this boy.
But I'm do you know that I'm actively working on that, like cutting people off? I'm trying I'm trying to work on not cutting people off.
I've seen it.
And I'm also, when someone cuts me off, I'm trying to accept it. Instead of being like, no.
I was saying something.
Right.
Yeah.
No, if someone cuts me off, I actually think I'm doing pretty good. It's like someone cuts me off, I just go, okay, let's go.
Do you have OCD where you're like, oh, I'm gonna forget what I was gonna say? That's my problem. When people don't let me speak, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna forget what I'm gonna say, and I really wanted to contribute it, and now I forgot it. Or do you just really like the sound of your own voice then?
But is that a bad thing? So I said that
it could turn into a bad thing.
I had somebody tell me that recently. They were asking me like as if it was a pejorative. They were like, "Do you like the sound of your own voice?"
There he goes again, smart word.
Oh. The person was asking me as if it was they were saying it in a way that was alluding to the I don't know, like what words are you okay
He's like, you're too dumb.
Okay.
I can't talk to you.
So the question was asked.
Okay.
Do you like the sound of your own voice? And it was asked in a way that was hinting towards the idea that that's a bad thing. And so because it was asked in that way, in that demeanor, in that language, in that cadence, I was like, already in my mind, it was like, oh, I have to admit that yes, I am this bad thing, or yeah, I do this bad thing. But when I think about the actual question asked, do I like the sound of my own voice? I know that the answer is no, because I know that I edit these podcasts and I hate editing podcasts, listening to my own voice. I post on social media daily, and I hate if I bring up my thing, like if you get a comment on your TikTok, when you bring the comment up, it plays your video while you're looking at the comment. Like if you just view comment, you view it, it plays your video.
Yep.
And if you don't realize that your fucking volume is up on your phone, it's you talking and you're So no, I know that I don't like the sound of my own voice in a sense of like that way, but I know that the sound of my own voice, like I'm not like one of those people who are I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like I'm kind of numb to it at this point. Like the sound of my own voice, I'm over it. But I know that I don't like it, but I don't hate it. But but then I told that story to a coworker, and they go, what's wrong with liking the sound of your own voice? Like, singers sing for a living.
Yeah,
they like the sound of their own voice. So I love the sound of my own voice. The idea of liking the sound of your own voice, is that a negative characteristic of a personality?
It's a good question. You're kind of making me think a lot of things that I viewed as negative characteristics are actually just really wholesome. Because, but you can come off like narcissistic. You know what I mean? It could be bad. It could be like, my turn. So, blah, 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 blah. You guys all care about what I have to say, right? I'm spitting here. That's when liking the sound of your own voice is annoying. But it's not annoying if you just like, you're letting other people speak, and then it's your turn and you're enjoying the sound of your own voice. It could be bad, though.
If I had to claim the narcissistic aspect of this conversation, I would say it's not that I like the sound of my own voice. It's that I agree with my opinion more than I do yours. And so if we're having a conversation like about something and we have difference of opinions,
that's how we argue a lot.
If I'm talking over you or I'm talking a lot, it's not necessarily that I like the sound of my own voice. It's that I like I
agree with you.
What I have to say.
I cut you off, you cut me off. That's how we do it, because we're both two parties that know that's just what we do. But there's a lot of people who unfortunately don't really have that powerful of a voice. So when they get cut off, I can't even name people that
Don't
act
do
this
that.
way. I won't. There's a lot of people I talk to in my life that piss me off because it's like, why is that always your fucking argument? How about just fight harder? Talk over me. Fight your opinion harder. Like exactly what you just said. I disagree with my opinion more than I do yours. Okay, show me. Talk over me. I'm eventually going to give up if you're louder. And that's how you beat me and that's how I beat you. It's whoever's louder. And I just can't stand that.
It's
Like,
not whoever's louder. It's
I think it is whoever wants the mic more.
well, yes, but it's also the acceptance of the recipient of the ideas, how if they can be open to them. So like I've been in conversations where the person on the other end, you already know that they're just closed off. Like,
Yeah, that's when you got to give up.
they're not, all they want to do is convince you of theirs, and they're not
Yeah.
open to see your side
That's
of
the
it, of
worst kind of-
anything.
yeah.
So if you make, and you'll see it right away when you make a good point,
I've been that.
and they go, well, let's not talk about, let's
Yeah,
talk,
yeah, they're
let's-
just that stubborn. Yeah.
they want to change it to this.
You got to be
because
willing to take your
they can't
L's.
address the elephant in the room where I go, "Well, okay, what about this?" And they go, yeah, but I'm not worried about that. Well, you're not worried about it because it's a good point. I need you to address it so that if we're going to get to the fucking core of this idea here and try to find, common ground, address this issue that I have with this topic.
That's why being wrong is one of the most powerful things ever.
Being
Because
wrong?
Yeah, being wrong. It's beautiful because you actually learn and you're like, okay, it's when you're stubborn. And like you said, we'll use the term lacking the sound of your own voice, which basically to me is just like another way of saying like, I'm right. I'm right. My turn, my turn, my turn. That guy sucks. So I'm saying don't ever become that guy, but you're not that guy. You're a little bit when it comes to religion topic. You really are. You really like the sound of your own voice when it comes to, you actually are when someone makes a point, you're like, okay, next. Like you
So-
did that to me when I said the worship thing.
So we had the beginning of that Chris podcast, right? Where he starts addressing the conversation that we had prior. And then I made that video about, all acts that you do are selfish. When I was discussing that, not on a podcast, it was actually recorded, but it wasn't a podcast. Danny just the cameras were out here and we were all hanging out in the garage and Danny was there was a bunch of us out here. Danny hit record on the
No mics though?
no mics.
Wow.
So it was a shitty recording and the angles were horrible, no lighting.
Bro,
Anyway.
let's start a podcast.
But it did record the conversation and I watched it, and in the conversation what was happening, I was cutting people off like a motherfucker because what I was saying, nobody understood what I was saying. So every
I've been
time
there too.
every time I said all acts that we do are I think what I had said, the way I said it was like, it's going to be really hard for you to really think about something that you do that is completely selfless, because everything we do has some benefit to us, whether it's the way we feel or the thing we're getting or whatever. Everything we do, all of our actions are something that we wouldn't act on something if we didn't have a motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So we are acting in a way that is, it's not selfless. Now, some things are beneficial to more people, and so they'll seem selfless, But anyway, they kept going.
Also passionate.
But
You're
they kept
passionate.
they kept going back to these scenarios and examples of things that did not it didn't argue. Like, it wasn't an argument. It wasn't like I said, "Hey, the sky's blue," and they were like, "No, the sky's black." It was like I was like, "The sky's blue," and they were like, "Yeah, but so, the other day I got In and Out," and I'm like, "That's not."
Yeah, that's frustrating for me too.
We're talking about this, and you
Yeah.
keep bringing up this other stuff. That's
My
not what we're
autism
talking
could
about.
never handle that. Yeah.
So then that's why I made and posted that video where I was like, let me clarify my point. So then when Chris sat down, because I just sent him that video, he sat down, he was like, so I watched your video, and then you saw the podcast.
Yeah, that's literally how it opens. He cuts you off, and that felt like such a family podcast. Half the topics were about family, and I was like, so a stranger could never watch this because they don't know who the fuck these people are that you guys keep talking about. Hey, but you had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Do you know that you're my cousin's favorite part of our podcast?
My cousin
Ethan, you're where did that horrible? You're his favorite part of our podcast. He was like,
Oh.
because I was like describing, I was like, how do you feel about my note? And he was like, dude, he's like the funniest part. I was like, yes. What? You're the first person. Because he was on speaker and everyone around was like, what did you just say? He's like, wait, is he not liked? He's like hilarious. Like I want to go on with him. He's like awesome. I'm like, what? That's what Johnny says too. He's like, no, you guys work together really well. You say a lot of dumb shit. And he was like, it feels like you guys have chemistry. Like you and your uncle are doing a bit where you set him up for like to slam dunk a joke. Yeah. Like I say something and then you say the funny part because I'm setting you up to roast me.
Both.
And he was like, you guys generally have a good dynamic. Like I fucking love your uncle.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so we're being received. We're being understood,
so
bro.
You just that's exactly where I was going with when you on the Chris podcast where I said, why do I have Zion? Why is it Zion and Anthony podcast? That's exactly why.
Aww.
Because we keep the conversation going. We have a good rapport. I enjoy these conversations.
I had a blast tonight.
They don't seem to like do that.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
still laughing at, the silence. I know what you mean. Silence is beautiful sometimes, though. You can't lie. It's almost like processing what we've been talking about. But I'm still laughing at like some things you said today. That's what I'm saying. I fucking love doing this thing, dude. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Thank you for watching. Oh, no.